Ladies and gentlemen, adjust your headphones. Come on in and shut the front door. You are welcome to the You Should Know Better podcast, the news from the antagonist shoes. We are back with season 5, episode 2. We have another guest episode. Olga.
Oh, yes, we do.
Happy to have you on the pod. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Better now that I'm speaking to both of you guys.
Excellent. Little charm. You got me feeling all giddy inside. I love to hear that. We're glad to have you on the pod. Honestly, we're rolling with this. You know, this has been going on for a while now. The guest segment, people enjoying it, and you know what they say, give people what they want. That's what you should do, right? So that's what we're doing today. That's what we're doing today. So we've got another segment. We're going to allow Olga to introduce herself, explain what she does, a comedian kind of like us, but let her do that talking, let us know where to find you, and I guess we can run into your story. How does that sound?
Sounds great. So I have actually been listening to your podcast I've been going through the whole back catalog. So
okay.
So
that's like one episode after the other. It's like very entertaining. So
you just doubled our viewership.
Bloody hell. The charts are off the hook now.
100% viewership.
So I'm extra nervous. I'm competing against all these fancy schmancy guests and all your political analysis that you guys have as well. So and the way that you say it, season 5, it's like, whoo, super professional.
One episode a season.
we do our bit.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. I am a comedian in the making, I would say. I'm quite new to the comedy scene, and also I am a writer. So I'm just super excited to be here and speaking to you guys in terms of where you can find me if you want to look for me. I don't know. On Instagram, I'm Olga __ Braga. But my main goal is just to have a good chat with you guys here today.
We love that. We're glad you're here on the pod. Don't worry. It's a team effort. Everyone brings out the best in everyone. So,
best or the worst. We never know. Who knows?
We'll find out. That's for sure.
Yeah, we will definitely find out. But Olga, I'm going to pan it over to you. Let you go through your story and let's hear when you should have known better.
Oh, man. So I moved to London a couple of years ago. And when I first moved to London, I'm originally from Eastern Europe. I remember getting my first iPhone. And when you get your first phone, you're not quite sure which button is which and what it is.
Which iPhone was it?
I think it was like literally one of the most basic models.
Yeah.
So anyway, I guess that's kind of besides the point because this is part of the story. But I was out with a friend of mine. We were in this pub, we were chatting, we met some guys and we exchanged phone numbers.
Yeah.
So she and I, we go home and we're speaking about one of these guys in particular. And, the next day we were still kind of talking about it. And maybe like a week later, we were shopping and she's like, well, can I look through the messages? Can I look through the messages on the phone? And, a little bit inside of me, I was like, I wasn't sure, because I'm, a little bit paranoid, perhaps, it's the Eastern European side of me, always kind of expecting the worst case scenario. Anyway, so we're shopping for shoes. I give her the phone. We're talking about the guy. She looks through the messages. Yeah. She's like, oh, he sounds so nice. Look at this. He says you have really blue eyes. He's making you a compliment. How sweet. And I'm like, yeah, super, super sweet. And then we kind of start talking about, and I don't know if guys do this, and this is probably a question for both of you. We start talking about kind of background research I did on the guy.
What kind of
a little CRB check on him?
Are we talking like a Google search or
like what we talking about?
You went to the
National
National
out his
Archives.
primary school teacher's name. What was it?
Did you get his blood type? How far we go back?
That's where I should have done, right? So we were talking about Instagram. So I was we were discussing basically his Instagram profile, and I saw a bunch of photos of him with this other girl, and maybe it was his ex-girlfriend. Okay. We don't know. Anyway,
what were the times? Did you check the times? Because I think it's standard procedure. If you meet someone new, you do, you go on Insta, you check their last pictures, you see who they're with, check their story at least. Were the pictures with him and this other girl like recent or a year ago? How long? Did you even check that? Is the sky blue?
Yeah.
You're trying to preach to the preacher here.
I wrote a book. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Yeah. I had a timeline of the events, first girlfriend, second girlfriend, everything,
Damn.
You don't want to look through the story, though.
It's so funny you're saying this now, because this is literally the women on the Tinder swindler should have been talking to you. Your advice. Yeah. Look at all this research you're doing.
Yeah, so it was his ex-girlfriend. So as far as I understood it, based on more recent pictures. And she's like, oh, but did you look at her profile? Does she still have pictures of him? So we were discussing how I also went on her profile, which was public. So I was able to see that she also no longer had pictures of him. So that was legit. That checked out.
It's a good indication.
Exactly. And the other thing is, this was just pure coincidence. But at the time, I was working for a software company on the help desk. And a help desk is kind of like, if a question comes in about how to use that software, I, on the help desk, would address that question. So I would say how to use the software. And it just so happens that this guy was also using the software.
Don't tell me. Cool.
So my friend was like, did you look at the type of questions that he was asking? Was he asking smart questions, or was he asking?
That's too much, man. Who's this friend of yours? No.
This friend works for the MI5.
I'm putting my foot in here. Why are we analyzing the type of questions? This is too much.
Do you know what? No, it makes sense. After watching the Tinder swindler, it all adding up, This one, you want
to drive him away.
Was the guy's dad a billionaire? We just need to find out, Michael. We just need to
LLOD diamonds, come on.
I'm gonna regret sharing this. I'm certain of it.
No, you won't. You won't, definitely won't.
The questions that he was asking were very smart, and I'm like, yeah, I think he's so smart. I really like him. And she's like, yeah, he sounds really smart. And she was like, did you make any plans to hang out? And I'm like, yeah, I think we're gonna hang out on Sunday. He's gonna message me. And she's like, that's great. And so she continued to scroll through his messages. We analyzed a couple of other things. And then she gives me back my phone. And as she does so, she lifts up her thumb, thereby releasing the audio recording of our whole entire conversation.
No.
The people listening to this at home, I hope you can check out the video of this podcast, because I'm kind of illustrating how easy it is to do, Hands back the phone, lifts up the thumb, and the phone is new. I don't understand what's happening. So I'm looking at it. I'll pause there briefly because I see like
I'm stunned out my face.
No, but I don't understand. Why is she recording your conversation on your phone?
She was looking through the messages, but it was an accident because she's also maybe like new to iPhones. She's from Poland,
What are you trying to say there? Like, bro, I ain't been to Warsaw, but I think iPhones have been there. You know what I'm saying?
No. They just got the new one.
You take pigeons.
Tim Cook's been down there and dropped a few phones, man. Come on.
Oh my god! So you've obviously sent a voice note. Took the finger off the button. The voice note has now sent.
Yeah.
And it's got you two discussing this guy. Jesus, that's peak.
No, what? You couldn't delete it these times. Because obviously more time on WhatsApp you can delete.
Wait. She just... that was not... I don't think that's been a new feature yet. I mean, that's a new feature. Think about it.
Before the delete?
Think about it.
But in fact, she wouldn't even know.
Exactly.
She was like, listen, this finger's got,
who are you talking to?
got call and,
what am I like?
message.
No, we need to get you a 3310. We need to get you a 3310 so you can be comfortable. You're uncomfortable with an iPhone.
This never happened with a BlackBerry, guys, or a burner phone.
No government will hack you on that phone, I guarantee you. That's a mess. That's a mess.
She hands me the phone, but both of us are kind of not really understanding what happened, you know? Yeah. And I'm looking at the screen and she's looking at it. And she's like, what? And I see the blue rectangle at the bottom, which is indicative of the audio note that went across to this guy.
Yeah. I'm
slowly realizing what this is. I'm trying to figure out how to like retract. Like
when you see blue, it's gone. It's gone.
He's already listening to you. You're thinking about how do I get it back?
It's gone. You just need to think of your story. That's what you need.
I see.
You want him to unhear it.
I see gray dots on the left-hand side pulsating. So he's typing something.
Yeah. Them fingers are going.
My heart sinks. I literally just want to die. My friend is just looking at me like, oh my God. And I don't know what to do. Do I type something? What do I do? So I'm waiting. The dots are pulsating.
Yeah.
And stop. No text.
That's the worst.
Just to clarify, you just met this guy one time at this point. You hadn't met him. Oh, okay, raw. So he's thinking raw.
This must
one
be
day,
mad.
You done a lot of research for one date.
Yeah,
that's a lot of research.
He's thinking you're mad, which technically, kind of, I agree.
This is a lot of research for one date, and that's the one date is the first time you met. So you ain't met another time. It's just when you got the number.
Hey, you got to do your due diligence, though.
Nah. That one is. This is like a consultancy, fam.
Your friend needs to set up her own business.
So like for me, because I was just embarrassed, but what I didn't think about is that I was talking about how I was essentially looking him up on the company, you know, to see how he was using the tool. So anyway, he doesn't type anything back. And then afterwards he just types. Actually, guess what he types? What would you do in this situation? How would you react, Michael and Junior? Take it away. Tell me.
If I heard the voice note for someone I met one time and they've gone through my IG, my ex's IG, and they're analyzing the intelligence.
But I don't know. But I don't think he knows that. It's just the.
What was in the voice note? No? Let's clarify that.
It's the software stuff, no?
The software plus also the messages when he was talking about the messages when we were talking about his messages.
Oh, about him. You two talking about him. Okay, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Nah. This it'll put me off. I can't lie.
So what would you say? What would you say?
What would I say?
Go on.
I say word two. I say, look, man, like that was a good drink, but I'm gonna enjoy my beverages elsewhere. Simple. Polite, not too rude. I'm gonna enjoy my beverages elsewhere because I think if this is it now, this is the intensity now. If it gets anywhere serious, the intensity is gonna be real.
And that's from a friend. I'm joking. I would say. I'd probably say I've done the same to you. So, haha. When are we meeting?
Because you like chaos. That's your problem. You like chaos.
I like problems. Always.
Yeah, you like more problems.
I'm joking. I think, I'm not really sure what you say to that. You'd be like, it's a bit much. I wasn't expecting. And what software were you like checking me up on? That's what I'd probably say, because there's so many other tools out there that people use. You may not know which one. So
he would know because we had a discussion. Yeah, we had a discussion.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah. Then I need to delete my activity
when we met. Yeah. So he just replied, ha ha ha, and that's it.
That was the end of it.
Yeah.
Okay. He laughed, and then did you see him again? Like, we need more details.
I didn't follow up.
You didn't follow up.
You can't follow up.
You didn't follow up.
You can't follow that up.
Also, like he messaged me a week later, and I was so embarrassed I did not reply. And so he said, hey, so what are you on Sunday? We were supposed to be meeting up on Sunday. So he just replied, ha, 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 on the day of the event. And then on Sunday, when we were supposed to meet, he said, so when are we meeting up? And I was so embarrassed.
I wouldn't even go.
I didn't even reply.
It's a setup. It's a setup. It's a setup. I wouldn't even go.
Oh
Like you say,
I made the right decision, right?
You made the right decision. Yeah, it's a setup. Whatever you got there, you would have seen. Who was it? Ashton Kutcher. You would have seen one of them. You would have seen the punk crew or something.
Punked.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
How'd you say ha ha and then nothing and then we still meet on Sunday? That's weird.
Nah, he tried to recover it. I think he tried to recover it. He probably went the way you were talking to your girl. He went to talk to his boys, and then they had a meeting to decide the next steps. And obviously, there's probably some of them that said, "No, you got to cut this off. This is weird." There's probably some that, "No, like let her go. Maybe that shows she's really interested in you. Let's see what she's saying." And then he going to you being like, "Okay, let's give this another go." But you already decided that he's gonna find you weird, so you cut him off before giving him a chance.
Well, because I thought sometimes you do things and you are aware that they are weird.
Yeah.
You're bored. And, I get what you mean about the Instagram thing, Michael, but come on, how easy is it to click on one thing and then click on the other and then click on the picture?
Nah, that's too much, man.
Don't mind him. Don't mind him.
Nah, that's too much. The question.
Back in the day, he was going deep into
Nah. If you're going to research someone, all you want to do is one flick of the thumb. If you're doing 2 or 3 flicks, you're scrolling too much.
No,
flick.
The problem is if you're scrolling. That's it. The problem is if you're scrolling.
One scroll.
If you can't scroll too far, because if you like something.
Yeah, that's it. You like someone from 2016. You're thinking, they get the notification. They're like, nah, this person's a mad person.
Do they get the notification if you quickly tap one and tap it off? Do they get the notification?
Well, try it and let us know, innit?
I think they don't, because that's never happened to me unless no one's clicking on my photos. Then
But people do that intentionally. Some people do that intentionally because they don't expect you to get notifications. Like if you put a recent photo up, you're going to get notifications based on your most recent post. So people say to get someone's attention, you need to scroll down to like the 2018 post, because no one's going to be messing with that. So they get a notification for that. So, but
I guess it depends who it is. Yeah,
depends who it is. That is. No, that's interesting. That's embarrassing. But at least it was with someone, Olga, who you just met. It's not like it was someone that you were like a year or 2 deep with, because that would have been more to lose. This one you met one time, it's easy to lose, but it would have been a bit worse or more.
But that's not the point. Listen, the point is, right, is that whoever she meets, right, she does MI5 background research.
Yeah.
So, which is across the board, right? Forget this guy, it could be another guy. Just bear that in mind.
Have you continued with this behavior?
I haven't. It's only because I was very new to London.
Yeah.
And I think at the time I was very young, like I hadn't even had a boyfriend before. So it was kind of super new, I guess.
Learning experience, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think it's a certain thing that when you are especially young, then it's something that happens, I think now I have to say I haven't done that just because it's so time consuming,
Thank goodness.
So time consuming.
I love it. Not even, what, is probably a bit wrong. I just don't have the time. I don't have the time anymore to hunt a man down. I love that. And I think that's a fair point, because I'm assuming the city you came from or town is not as population as London. Probably not.
No. Yeah.
So you're in a big city, you're young, you're meeting new people. You have to be careful. So yeah, I hear it. I'm all for it, and I'll be setting up my own consultancy.
I just think
to, gain information on people. So whoever's listening and you're ever inquiring about this, I'm here. The number is 079-399-40.
That's a real number as well. What makes me disappointed? There is less female detective. There should be more female detective. I watch a lot of true crime shows. There needs to be more female homicide detectives, because we'll get all this shit solved. You know what I'm saying? When women get into their detective bag, particularly in relationships, you guys can solve anything. So I want to see more female detectives, that's for sure. But no, we thank you.
Thank you.
I agree too.
Thank you for coming and sharing your detective way, Detective Olga, on the show, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Appreciate your story. Appreciate your time. And thanks for being a guest on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, guys. See you later.
That was some real stuff.
Nah, you know what it is? I appreciate her sharing that, because a lot of individuals, it tends to be women in these situations, do their research like that, but they go deep. But let's move on swiftly into the main segment of the pod. This is the You Should Know Better segment. This is where we look at a prominent news story in the news, consider it from the antagonist's shoes, and ask ourselves, should they have known better? So, obviously, if by now you've seen the video, yeah, obviously, the Kurt Zouma, West Ham defender, French centre-back, £30 million signing. There's a video that has been circulating in the media of him physically assaulting and abusing his cat. He slapped the cat around the face. He threw a shoe around it. He even volleyed it. I've never seen him volley a football like that, but he volleyed the cat across the room, and that has got everyone, big man. You got the RSPCA waking up. They are tweeting. They are really tweeting. Everyone up in arms, man. People saying that he should be banned. But as we know, he's been playing for West Ham today, so David Moyes was blocking his ears. David Moyes didn't hear none of those calls.
I don't think any bubbles were blowing today.
he said, because he was my main guy, I need my main guy on the pitch. This is the Premier League, you know. This is the Premier League.
He didn't play Watford.
Yeah, Watford home. They slapped Watford. And obviously, he said, look, man, I need my guy. You've got... And obviously, but a lot of people are commenting saying that, you know, maybe he should be even charged with animal cruelty. So usually on this pod, we look at getting Kurt on the call, but we said, no, we're going to leave Kirk alone today. Not gonna Kurt, man, Kurt Zouma, fam, Kirk. Kirk is your boy from secondary school still, fam. What's his name?
That's your brother.
That's your boy. I don't know him like that, my guy. I don't even know him like that. But obviously, we got Kurt. So anyway, we're not going to get a human on. We're going to get Kurt's cat. I don't know what the cat's name is, but we're getting a cat on. And Junior's going to take the position of the cat. Because sometimes we need to hear from those affected of abuse. And this is the opportunity for the cat to come on the podcast and... speak what's on this mind, man. You know, so Kurt's cat, thank you for joining us on the podcast. So what do you think about the video? Have you seen it?
Meow, meow, meow.
Is this what you've had to do? Just meow, bro. Is this what you put on your schedule? This guy. And no writing, bro. He just kept to do meow.
Meow, meow, meow. I'm joking. I'll be the cat. Thanks for having me on the podcast. I've been doing the tour. I've been on Loose Women.
Bro, you're getting bare airtime, man. I bet they're giving you. What are they paying you in whiskers?
Boy, whiskers. What's it? What is it? Felix?
Yeah, Felix. Yeah.
I went on GB News. They gave me that £1 dog cat food. I've been doing the world tour, but listen, I just want to say,
yeah,
animal welfare, yeah, RSPCA,
yeah,
NSPCC,
all of them,
Extinction Rebellion, YMCA,
yes,
come and take this guy. And
you're anti-Kirk. You're ban Kirk.
Listen, the guy's been kicking me around like the 98 Cup football. Like, what's going on?
So it's not one off.
This is not a one. You think that was a one-off? That's just the one that you saw.
Wow.
They've been doing this for a minute. The guy, listen, he's a terrible. He feeds me rice and stew.
Rice and stew.
I'm not a human. I can't be eating rice and stew.
I'm not. So what's wrong with it? But the rice and stew is nutritious, right?
It's not what we cats eat. We cat food, okay?
Okay, what's in cat food?
I don't know, but it's nice. It's what we want.
I don't know.
How can I know I'm a cat?
I don't know why we're interviewing
You
this.
think I read the back?
I know what you eat. I don't know.
You think I can read? What's wrong with me? but something needs to be done, okay?
But I thought cats leave. The whole point of cats is that they wander and they're on the streets.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you have to come back and get kicked around like a,
No, I'm just saying that like it's
like a can. Like you people are dangerous. Someone threw one of us into the bin the other time.
They threw in the
Could
bin.
have CCTV. You forgot about that.
Yeah, that guy just dropped it into wheelie bins.
You lot need to stop with this. Okay, we have feelings as well, and I have a message.
Yeah,
I have a message to Kurt.
Yeah,
Zouma. Okay, yeah. Don't know. I forgot his brother's name, but they didn't tell me. But anyway,
yeah.
2. Yeah, me. I've got 9 lives. You've got 1.
Yeah,
yeah, and it's finished. That's all I have to say.
It's finished. Oh my goodness! The fact you cut the cat. No, that thing. Do you know what? What's so interesting about all of that is the furor. It's the magnitude of the furor of people that people are not mincing their words. They know their opinion on it. So because usually something happens. Oh, what about? It's all about what about. There's all this what aboutery. Yeah. But that one, I'm not seeing a lot of what aboutery. It's very much that was wrong. That was this. But that was terrible.
I feel like it's very difficult to explain. I don't know what context you put on that video that explains why you're kicking and slap. And these aren't like light kicks and that. He proper belted the thing.
Yeah.
Clapping. And the baby's around. So the baby's obviously understanding, right? This is the behavior that we do.
Yeah, of course.
And I think the other side is because it's not a defensible. If it's a human, it's a bit. This is not a defensible creature in a lot of people's eyes, right?
Yeah,
so for you to do that is very. A former goalkeeper, I think Kirkland, it's Chris Kirkland.
Yeah,
he came out. He said Kurt Zouma should be sacked. He said doesn't see a way forward in football. That's how strongly some people feel about it.
No, 100%. That's what's
been on all the news
back.
outlets. It's football. He's won all the. I told you he was on Loose Women. He was on Russia Today. It was everywhere, bro. Al Jazeera. It's on all the news, and you don't see that with these football stories.
You don't, and it's really resonated, and I think it's just a bit telling for me. But you can't choose what you care about, and I think that's what has really made me think, okay, people really care about this because it's wrong. And
it's wrong. It's bottom line. It's wrong.
It's wrong. There's I've not seen anyone come out and try to defend him or what about everyone's saying it's wrong. It's just, I guess, the magnitude of the furor. Like, oh wow, okay. So when you care about something, this is what people can do when they care about an issue. And that's where I've just
definitely. But I think that I think him being a footballer as well, that adds to it as well.
Of course.
There's a lot of fury against footballers.
100%. It's so weird because the most people are working class that complain about them, so they come from the backgrounds they're from. But then there's always this sort of angst because they're the ones that made it out. But anyway, what have you got for me? Because time is going.
Yeah. Well, I've got the story about BP, and a lot of people should care about this story, okay, because it affects you. Okay, BP have reported the highest profits for 8 years amid calls for a windfall tax on energy companies. As those who don't know, a windfall tax is a tax where they put basically they tax the excess profits of private companies, especially utility companies. So BP have posted a profit of 9.5 billion with a B. That's from 2001. Zimbabwean dollars, neither. That's GBP. All right. The chief executive has dismissed calls for this windfall tax, even though households in the UK are facing double the energy prices in April. Okay. And BP in the last quarter actually made a 35-fold times of their profit, from 4.1 billion from a modest 115 million. So the chief executive, Bernard Looney, sounds like a madman already. He says there should be no windfall tax, right? Mike, I want to put you in his shoes. How do you describe this when families across the country are suffering from fuel poverty? How do you explain the profits that you're making and keeping those within BP?
Let me just say something off the top. in the noughties when we had the spillage in the north. Is it the North Sea?
Oh yeah, that was you lot. 2010, deep sea.
Deep sea. Let me tell you something. When we had the spillage and we're paying out billions and billions, no one came to help us.
That was your fault.
No one came to help us.
That was your fault.
Let me land.
Of the Rocks fans.
Billions, yeah. Billions were paid out. No one came to help us. No one said do windfall tax to help BP. No one said that.
That's not how it works, though.
No. Look at you, defensive.
That's true. It's not how it works.
Defensive. Look, no one said let's collect the money to help BP. BP are struggling. BP are really struggling. The billions were paid out. No one said come and help BP. Now BP we're up. Go to the wholesale price. It's not us that put the wholesale price up. Took to OPEC, but the price we're making small money now. We were on the rocks. We were on the rocks before. We were on the rocks. No one wanted to help us. Now we make money. Windfall tax. How's it fair?
That doesn't make
small money now. Windfall tax.
That doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean doesn't make any sense?
Doesn't make any sense.
We were on our knees. The oil was spilling. Everyone can go BP pay out. How?
I see the oil spill. Number one was a BP issue. Number two, you got off lightly. The fine, there was no criminal charges, and the fine you received
the fine was minuscule. You know how many people had to pay out?
The minuscule amount you paid compared to the damage.
Okay, no problem.
Compared to the damage you've done.
Everyone wanted everyone's head. But now, of course, now we make small money. And even so, let me tell you something.
So how do you defend this when millions of people across
let me tell you something.
Up and down this country, from Stockdale to Stockport,
But that's why Rishi Sunak is helping people out. I've heard about the energy rebates, £200 in the pocket.
Some say it's not enough.
Household. Talk to Rishi then. Coming to talk to me and said it's not enough. I'm a chancellor.
Well, that's the thing. The windfall tax is how we get this money.
The windfall tax.
Exactly. So that's the problem.
Okay, I would agree with a windfall tax if when we're pumping our oil into the North Sea, there was a windfall tax to help us. That's the problem. When companies are losing out, no one wants to help them. When we make small change, tax them.
Well, that's not true.
Corporation tax, we pay more than the 19%. I was reading.
That's not true. In 2008, you got a massive bailout. So what are we talking about?
No, but you have to look at the tax we pay out.
You don't pay anything.
The tax we pay out.
Pay anything, Gal.
Look at Google and Facebook. They pay nothing.
Yeah, and nor are you.
They pay nothing. What?
And nor are you.
No. We pay too much. Anyway, looking at the annual cost apparently this year with the price going up, is going to be 1971, and I've seen the profit of that amount is £35. So the most costs are wholesale costs, policy, environment costs, operating costs, network costs, other sort of costs. We make small profit from that. So I just think that there needs to, if Britain want to make more money and they want to have more money for the Chancellor, for the taxpayer, they want to create more wealth, I think we need to look elsewhere than companies like BP, who, whenever oil spill, no one's looking to help them. No one's looking for a windfall. No one's looking. It's all tax.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Lunatic.
Shout out.
Mr. Lunatic.
Jeez.
But no. This is a major concern. I do think a lot of people, I know we do joke about stuff, but this should be on a lot of people's minds, because your energy, but some of you may not pay energy, but some of you yard living, enjoying for free. Some of you may be paying, but your energy bill double, whatever double. Get yourself a jumper, hat, scarf, everything to reduce that bill, because it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot.
It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess. Let me tell you, when this pod ends, I'm trying everything down. Fam, you see the lights now; they're gonna be off.
Yeah. I got the candles. I got candles in the corner.
You think I've got torchlight? I've got torchlight and candle. You think I'm playing games?
AAA batteries.
The lights are on just for image, bruv. The lights are just on for image.
Yeah, it's not a joke. I've seen them energy bills. Boy, I bought 2 jumpers, fam.
It's scary. It's scary.
Yeah.
And the spike is crazy.
But let me jump onto the throwback, which is kind of ties into what we're talking about. Not so much energy, but winter and weather. So some of you may remember this. I do vividly. In February 2009, Great Britain and Ireland had the snowfall. I think it was one of the worst snowfalls that the UK experienced, and Ireland then in 18 years. I don't know if you remember this. This was around like the 2nd to the 13th of February. We were in Dartford. I remember this period vividly.
Yeah.
But just a little bit of context, it was around the time basically all London buses were removed from service. There were severe delays to London Underground, and services such as Southeastern Rail, Kent, South Essex Rail, they're all cancelled.
Yeah.
Heathrow was closed, and there was disruption to education. So I remember this day because I remember waking up, I was thinking, God, this snow, I can't go and raise my body and go to school. I cannot. And I went online, I went on the school website, and it said the school is closed for this day. I was like, thank you, Lord, because there was no way
Jesus.
I was putting my tennis racket on my feet and walking out. It was not happening. But I remember because I remember switching on the news and they were like, employees were like, yeah, people were like, oh, I can't make it to work the bus. And they're like, yeah, just, do your best, try and come in. It's like, fam,
do your best.
The snow is at my door. I actually want me to come in. I don't know if you remember, do you?
I not vividly, but what I will say of snow days is that bosses expect heroism. They expect you to be fighting everything to get to work, and you'll be the only one there. You're the foolish one. Stay at home.
I'm telling you, risking your life just to get to work. Was it pat on the back? Well done. No, stay at your yard, okay? You can when there's no buses, that's it. You can't go anywhere. Even aunties getting the bus to work that they do cleaning jobs. So boy,
bruv, no 5 a.m. bus for them, man. It was shut down business. When snow, that's the problem with this country, and it's unfortunate. When the snow hits, they don't know what to do. This country shuts down. Closure.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, right, we don't really get snowfall in it, so it's easier just to deal with it for one day than actually save up all the logistics and the the tools and that to manage it. It's best to just let it go. It's not like Canada and States and stuff like that. So
yeah. For them, it's like they just shrug it off, and it for us, it's like whoa,
there's no such thing as a snow day. No such thing. But no, that's the throwback. That's my throwback.
That's a nice one. 2009. And on that end, we are going to end the pod. Hopefully we don't get no snow day this year. It's been quite warm, global warming. Obviously I'd like to put, what did Trump say about global? Anyway, before I get to Trump, let me just end the pod. This has been another episode of You Should Know Better. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. This is what we're doing. We're well into series 5. Have a good week and don't do anything that's going to make us say you should know better. Take care and peace.
Love and peace, bro.